Hey guys, Desolator Magic here, and if you weren't pissed off and worried enough about Dominaria, here's some more crap that'll, well, let's just say I skipped over it for a reason. I wanted one positive video before I got into the crazy crap they did. Okay, Legendary is going to be a very big theme in Dominaria, which means put 4 in if it's really good, but get ready to get very, very bad mulligan hands, basically. Or just be like, oh, if they blow up the first one, I got a second one. Or you could, swing and then it's tapped and then you got mana, so you recast it. And oh, now you got an untapped one. Haha, trick. I mean, come on, you could even do, literally, they called it the Legendary trick with Nykthos, Shrine to Nyx. You could get, like, almost double mana in your pool because of that. Oh, did I just say mana pool? Oops, I meant to not do that. That joke will make a lot more sense later. Anyway, the most important thing other than, oh, cool, there's going to be a lot of legendaries, is in every Dominaria booster pack, you'll find at least one legendary creature. Now, how the hell that's going to work? From a practical standpoint, from a rarity slot, is it going to be like flip cards? Are you going to pull a rare and then potentially another rare? I don't know. Every time I say something like that, they explain it in like the next line. I should really stop doing that. Well, actually, I should reread the release information here. It says, the Dominaria set contains 269 cards. That's news to me. I thought it was... Oh, no, I'm thinking of Masters 25. Anyway, 20 basic lands. Okay, 101 commons, that's normal. 80 uncommons, I think that's normal. 53 rare, that's normal. And 15 mythic. Okay. And those, by the way, do not total 269 in case you were counting. But those appear in the booster packs, plus 10 cards available only in Dominaria Planeswalker decks, plural. I think there was a rumor that there was only going to be one or something. I don't know. And get this, one unique promotional card available as part of the Dominaria in-store buy-a-box promotion. What? What did you just say to me, Wizards? Not an alternate art, not a different version, one unique promotional card as a buy-a-box promo. So if you want one of it, which you probably want 4 of it, it's going to be set legal, and the only place to get it is from the buy-a-box promo. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It's like from the vault, but less copies of it ran off. Oh, but if you need it for your deck, then get ready to shell out $50 a copy. Are you nuts? Like, you really need to encourage shops to keep these and put them on eBay instead of giving them to the customers. And, instead of places that are literally fake stores, they're just straight up fake WPN accounts, who they'll take like 40 of the buy-a-box promo and just send them on eBay straight up. You could have plausible deniability and say, oh, sorry, we ran out. You gave out 20 and you kept 20, and put them on eBay. Because if this is a good card, and this is the only place to get it is a buy-a-box promo, then what the hell? What were they thinking? What good could come out of this other than you literally have to buy a box at your LGS? If you buy one online, you're not getting whatever the value of this card was. Now remember, they did that with packs, and I think the average EV of the pack was like $21 or something. So even if it was $100 for a box online, which, yeah, sure it is. And they're selling them for like $121 locally, it's a wash because you get a basically standard showdown pack with it. That was brilliant for the people who were playing along properly, and weren't keeping them or opening them or what. That's even worse. You don't even have to sell them on eBay. The store could literally just give away 35, keep 5, and then open them and then like sell the singles. I've never seen something that's such a fantastically good idea to keep business local while also being the worst idea ever from a practical standpoint. I mean, theory versus practice. Okay, whenever you come up with a new idea, and this is anything, this is anything in your entire life, if you're planning an event or a product or a software thing or a game or a decision or a change your business, ask, what are people going to do to manipulate this, to lie, to steal, to cheat? What are people going to do to screw with this? What are the worst of the worst going to do? What can we do about it? Can we prevent it? And what will we do afterwards? What was that? Final Fantasy Online? Where they released an, item duplication glitch? Yeah, maybe you should have thought, what are the worst people in the game going to do? PUBG. Well, okay, they're going to have Chinese farmers who are literally prisoners in prison playing PUBG to, and with cheats, by the way, to come in first get a whole bunch of like what premium credits or loot crates or what keys or whatever the hell. I actually don't play PUBG, and then open the items and get rare skins and then sell them on the Steam marketplace for money. That's the worst. That is what somebody would do on the worst possible end. Will the typical player do that? No. But you've got to cater to the worst of the worst of the worst. Not really cater, but like prevent it, like plan for it. And they didn't. They didn't do anything about cheating until after the release, really. And even now they're failing to do anything. And the idiot who made that game is running around calling everybody xenophobic for saying we need to just ban all Chinese players. They're like, that's so racist. Literally, provably by their own statistics, 99% of the cheaters are from China, and over 1 million cheaters have been banned from that game. There are MMOs that have less than 1 million players. This one has more than 1 million cheaters. This is what happens when you don't plan for what are the bad people going to do. Like, oh, you're gonna hold a concert. Okay, what are the bad people gonna do? They're gonna show up with fake fraudulent tickets. The bad people are gonna try to bring in, weapons if you don't allow that. So you're gonna need pat downs and armed guard. Like, you gotta think of what are the worst people gonna do? What are the worst people gonna do with buy a box promos that are worth a fortune, and this is the only place you can get them and there's an artificial shortage? They're gonna put them on eBay. How do you stop them from doing that? Oh, we can't. How do you stop them from lying about it to the customers and saying they ran out? Oh, you can't. Okay, then don't do it. It's a wonderful idea, but you can't practically do it. It's just like, oh, should the U.S. government give every single person a $3,000 security system for their house? Who the hell would say that that's a bad idea? Oh, but we can't afford it. Oh, well, then I guess throw it out, because you can't do the idea. It doesn't matter how good of an idea it is if it doesn't work, if you can't actually get it to work at a basic level. So this is quite possibly the stupidest thing that they could have done in Dominaria, is make a unique promotional card, unless it's not standard legal. They literally just said it was. Unless it's just really weak, but then what's the point? That nobody wants it. So this is the worst idea ever. People are going to be like legit stabbing each other in the parking lot for these cards, like for real. If this is even on par with like a Planeswalker or like Reality Smasher or like Fatal Push, Aether Hub, if it's on par with that caliber of card and you can only get one and only by buying a box and only by like buying a box really, really early or pay a scalper online, oh my God, like just who approved this? I hope I'm reading this wrong, but I read it like 4 times. It's pretty damn clear. This better literally be a sting operation where they're going to go on eBay, buy one of each from every person, and then suspend their WPN for 6 months. Like this has to not be real. This has to be manufactured and have some little subplot to it. No company would be this stupid. Little bit of a lower spoiler, so I don't know, give me like 15 seconds because it ain't gonna take long. The story spotlight cards, which they're like, these are the cards that are the most crucial to like the individual chapters and stuff. 1, broken bond. 2, final parting. 3, settle the score, so that could mean anything. And 4, in Bolus's clutches. So not only is there going to be a card called in Bolus's clutches, but it's but the Bolus is gonna show up. Like, he's not just going to Ravnica, he's gonna meet them there, I guess, or maybe they'll follow him to Ravnica. Like, why is he even on Dominaria? Or maybe the entire set doesn't take place in Dominaria. Part of it does take place on Ravnica, because we all know about, the whole, they're going to try and trap him and use the power of the guilds, and then crazy snake lady's going to get her memories back, and it's like a whole thing. But apparently Bolus is going to show up on Dominaria, probably implementing like the second part of his plan, and then the third part will be on Ravnica, and then they battle him there. I don't know, something like that. It's just so... Surprise, Bolus is in the set, and there's, I guess, literally a card called in Bolus's clutches. Unless that's the title of the chapter, but they seem to be implying that that's the card. They actually said that these are so, like, important to the storyline that they're putting the Planeswalker symbol in their text box as a watermark. It has absolutely no effect on gameplay. Wrong, unstable. Oh my God, and it says the printed cards also include the mtgstory.com URL and a number indicating the sequence of the cards in the story? Okay, either they're literally printing a URL on the card, or they're talking about an inserted token. I think that the story spotlight cards were tokens, now that I think about it. I didn't pay a whole lot of attention, but I don't know, I also remember them being real cards, though. So I'm not sure where they're going with this, actually. That's actually really interesting. Like, it'll either be on the back of a token or it'll be a spam card, or they're literally going to put mtgstory.com on the bottom of a playable card. Oh God, I don't even know which one of those I want to be true. Neither. All right, now on to something that has a bit of a positive spin to it, I guess. Rules changes. Yay. Or as they call it, new terms, various non-functional changes. Could they have used a word with a worse connotation? Non-functional. Hey guys, here's a clock radio. It's non-functional. Hey, we just made some game changes and they're not going to work. Like that's what I'm getting out of this. I think they meant unimportant, but they didn't use that word because it had too bad of a connotation. Oh, I wish this had an author spot at the top. I want to know who wrote this. This is so funny. Okay, the subtitle basically explains it. Starting with Dominaria, several minor changes have been made to Magic's general terminology. So that's really all they mean. Non-functional changes. The changes are stylistic and convey no change to functionality. Literally not the definition of the word non-functional. Like I'm not even kidding. That is a misuse of that term. Like that you can't say it has no change to functionality, so it's non-functional. That's not the correct word. I am 100% sure of that. Anyway, hey, remember that joke I made earlier? The phrase mana pool has been removed from card text, like from now going forward. So as far as Oracle text, so if you look back at older cards that reference mana pool, on the Oracle text it will no longer say that, effectively meaning that a couple thousand cards have been errated. Oh, I love it when they do that. But like they said, it has no change to the functionality at all. It's just terminology, and they think it'll be friendlier, I guess. I mean, the way they phrase it, they even made it more vague and more confusing. Mana pool, you ask somebody once when you learn Magic, what's a mana pool? Oh, it's this, and it drains every phase. Okay, now I know what a mana pool is. I mean, the good news is if they stop using this term, they can actually print a card called Mana Pool, so that'd be kind of cool. Okay, so the concept continues to exist in the game rules, like that a mana pool exists, but they just won't refer to it by name, I guess. If a player is instructed to add an amount of mana, that player adds the mana to their mana pool. Okay, so I assume what they mean is the new wording will be, just add mana, I guess? I mean, that's what I'm getting. Like, it'll just say gain 3 mana. Not add 3 mana to your mana pool. It will just be you gain 3 mana. Like I said, it kind of sounds a little bit more vague. I don't think any remotely experienced player will screw this up, but for somebody trying to pick up the game, I don't know. I prefer the phrase mana pool. I guess it's more words, so they want to reduce the number of words on a card, so like, whatever. Oh, so they actually gave an example. This is interesting. So Llanowar Elves, okay, is basically Elvish Mystic. 1 green creature, Elf Druid, 1/1. Tap, add, and then picture of green mana. Okay, so that makes more sense. I guess they're just trimming the phrase, the actual words, mana pool. They're just like, add G is the way they put it. But G is, of course, that's the textual representation for the little forest sphere, I guess you would say. I mean, yeah, I guess it is redundant to say add this to your mana pool, but I don't even remember if the card originally said that, though, to be perfectly honest. So, whatever. I mean, unnecessary, but I don't know. I guess positive, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Next, Magic. Oh, God, this one pisses me off. I already know where they're going with this one. I feel like I may have caused this. Because you guys know that Wizards discusses things I say in videos all the time. They're all big fans of my channel and watch it all the time, but I kept making fun of the whole he or she thing because every card says he or she. They're now adopting they as a preferred third-person singular pronoun for a player, replacing he or she. It's shorter and simpler and it's less words, but I think we all know why they did it. Is it maybe because they think there's more than 2 genders, even though science, biology, logic, psychologists, and everybody else on planet Earth thinks otherwise? It's like me saying, oh, you got cats, you got dogs. Oh, but it's a non-binary condition. Now you can have both, even though like genetically that is literally not a thing. Anyway, that's not what this video is about, so everything is going to say they from now on. So just close your eyes and pretend that they didn't do it because they're a bunch of SJWs far-left morons. Okay, thank God they finally did this. Finally, there have been arguments about this. I know the ruling, but I've met players who've been playing for years that did not know this rule, and they've been playing cards wrong for years. No joke. Okay, so this is like they needed this. Abilities that modify how a spell behaves on the stack, such as additional costs, refer to themselves as this spell rather than using their card name. Because remember, guys, when they use the card name, you think it refers to any card with that name, but it actually means that exact spell. Or, of course, that instance of a permanent, although I'm not sure they fixed that specifically, though. FYI, if a permanent leaves the battlefield and then comes back, it is not considered to be the same permanent. The old permanent was removed, a new permanent was, I'd say, created, but for trigger reasons it wasn't. But it's considered to be a different permanent. So things that refer to, you know, the card by name, like cards exiled with Bomat Courier, what they should say is with this permanent or with this creature. But it sounds like they're not fixing that. All they said was abilities that modify how a spell behaves on the stack. So they half fixed it. Well, I mean, there's like Planeswalkers where they like exile cards and then it says, oh, you may cast a spell exiled with, you know, Liliana or whatever. They mean that Liliana. So if you bring out a different Liliana later, you cannot go after that same exile pile. That remains in exile and cannot be interacted with. So even if you somehow flickered Liliana, then you still can't access those. Same with Bomat Courier. If I flicker it, then every card exile with Bomat Courier you cannot access. You cannot get them back by using its ability. So pretty much I'd say at least 50% of players get that wrong. And I mean, think about it. Abilities that modify how a spell behaves on the stack, such as additional costs, refer to themselves as this spell rather than using their card name, probably because you could have multiple copies of the same spell on the stack, and then there's confusion about what it's referring to because all it says is the name of the card, basically. So boy, would it have been nice if they would have fixed both. I mean, it doesn't even make sense to only fix half of this problem. So the new version is Wizard's Retort, 1 generic 2 blue instant. The spell costs 1 less if you to cast if you control a wizard, counter target spell. So did you catch that? This spell costs 1 less to cast, not Wizard's Retort costs 1 less to cast, because if you have 2 in your hand, that exact scenario is legitimately confusing. I'll give them that. So I was going to go to the next header, but it's basically just a spoiler, and I want to keep those separate in case you do not want to know about cards in Dominaria yet, even though I kind of mentioned some and what they do, but whatever, get over it, I guess. So I guess, yeah, probably the rest of these will be spoilers, because a lot of these are card-specific notes, which is where the spoilers are coming from. They're not really spoilers, more of a leak. But they did reveal what the dual lands are going to be, so that'll probably be the next video, so if you don't want to see that, it's going to be clearly labeled like spoilers and stuff, so don't watch it. But if you do want to see it, I'll probably have the spoiler reports out before anybody else, although I have a really busy Friday and really busy Saturday, so maybe not. But I also really need the ad revenues by scooping everybody else, so probably just shouldn't go to bed tonight, but I kind of got a sore throat, so this is probably going to be the last one for today. So what do you think about the rules changes and everything else in this video? Leave a comment down below. I really don't need to say that. It's highly redundant. That's what the comment section is for. Welcome to YouTube, and I'll see you guys next video.